A brand is what you do. A reputation is what people remember. Always keep that in mind with everything you do, because that perception is how people will think about you. Hi, I'm Ted Rubin, at Ted Rubin on Twitter, tedrubin.com. So I want to talk a little bit about something that I preach, evangelize, return on relationship. I like to say that ROI, return on investment, is about dollars and cents, and return on relationship is about people. It's about sharing. It's about building relationships. It's about the value that comes from building those relationships, what people share, what they talk about, and the closeness they feel to you, and more importantly, the trust you build, which leads to loyalty. And those two things, to me, will always lead to return on investment. When people ask me, what's the ROI of social media? I ask, what's the ROI of trust, and what's the ROI of loyalty? Average order value, lifetime value of a customer, frequency of purchase. All of these things can be affected every day when you use social media properly to build relationships, engage, interact, and add value. You're getting to do loyalty 24/7 all the time and make people think you care, and you're not doing it. So one of the ways you can get return on relationship online via social channels is by doing what I call looking people in the eye digitally. I have a new book coming out called Look People in the Eye Digitally. Don't just click a button to think they're your friend. Look at who they are, call them by name, find out what their background is about, read something in their bio. I think it's even more so important here, like when you meet somebody, to quickly figure out who they are, ask them questions. Don't just say, hi, how are you, shake their hand, grab a card. Find out what they're doing, what's important to them. You were told, always look at the person you're talking to. Show interest, let them know you're paying attention. Don't be looking all around the room. Sometimes it's very difficult to do. The first thing that I was taught when I was in sales and I would go in a meeting was make sure the first thing you do is look around the office of the person that you're meeting with. Look around the whole office. Mm-hmm. Try to get a feel for who this person is. Do they have kids? Do they like to play golf? Are they into fishing? You look for something that will give you connection. Do the same digitally. I like to call this the age of influence, where anybody can build a brand, affect change, make a difference right from their own bedroom. I mean, you don't even have to go out anymore to do things like this. You used to have to go out and meet people, but I can sit anywhere 24/7 and build relationships. You can build relationships 24/7 around the clock. It's what keeps me awake at night. I don't sleep. I keep my phone next to my bed, not worried if my teenage daughters are going to call, because they don't. Okay? Little background, I'm a divorced dad. I have to fight to keep my daughters in my life. And a lot of what I talk about, I refer to them and what I've learned from them, and how I've learned to communicate better because of them. So I keep my phone by my bed because I'm up, when I think of something, instead of writing down those little notes you used to do, I tweet it out. And by the time I wake up, I've got responses. That's how return on relationship was developed. I can connect, engage, and build relationships all the time, and I try to do that. Facebook has done a remarkable thing. They've taken ownership of the word friend. When you close your eyes and think of the word friend, what do you see? You see a Facebook logo. You don't see your friends. Clicking a like button does not make a friend. That's the initial handshake. When I shake your hand, I'm not your friend. We have to take the word friend back and give it value again. Companies are overlooking the most important asset as far as advocacy goes they have available to them. Their own employees. These are people that know and love the company and know it best. I'm telling you this right now. Empower your employees and they will power your brand. One of the most important parts of empowering your employees is helping them build their personal influence. The more influence they have, the more influence you have as a company. I mean, how many companies these days are shutting down social media within the organization? Let's think about how absolutely ridiculous that is. First of all, who doesn't have a smartphone? So everybody's doing it anyway, but they're sneaking off to do it. Second of all, why wouldn't you want people using this medium that's so powerful, understanding the other people that are using it, and then enabling these people to build their own personal brands? They're afraid of these things because they're losing control, but what they don't understand is they've already lost control. They don't own their brand anymore. Consumers own their brand. And the best advocates who really can be the most influential just because of where they are their employees. So why not empower these people to do it instead of cutting them off? Brands are having a real problem with how they communicate with consumers. I like to say, brands are from Mars, consumers are from Venus. And brands are going to have to change the way they communicate if they really want to connect and engage with those they're looking to influence. Your business is going to have cardiac arrest if you don't start connecting with consumers, empowering advocates, talking to influencers, and understanding that the world is changing. and you don't own your brand anymore. If you don't start listening and engaging with people and interacting, you're going to fall behind the people that are doing it. Relationships are like muscle tissue. The more you engage them, the stronger and more valuable they become. Build relationships, engage, interact, and add value.